Hello, my name is Brian Shin. I'm in online US history in West High, and I'm going to be going over the theme, leadership, and the topic, business and tech owners. So first I'm going to go into introduction, history of technology influence, rise of Mark Zuckerberg, rise of Elon Musk, broader impact on economy and society, the good and the bad, transformation of tech leaderships, and conclusions. Now for the introduction. Now we have improvements across productivity, efficiency, and privacy. So companies that embrace digital technologies now are likely to be the ones that drive in the future. I really like this quote from Magnus Sharp because I think it really embodies what I think too. Because like technology's gotta be integrated into every part of society in like 5 to 10 years. So now where is technology applied? So fields that technology affects most are like communication, electrical, energy, medical, transportation. So like basically like a lot of the things that we do today. And the biggest modern day improvements from the past are we have phones now, we have internets, we have computers, AI, visual hearing aids, batteries, engineering. Basically, what we do like literally every single day for work, communicating, everything involves a lot of technology that we use. Now, some guidelines for using AI, because great power comes great responsibility, as we all know. So, in order to build a good AI model, we need fairness, immune to bias, accountability, gather data from numerous sources, transparency, should show how they came to the conclusion, and explainability, be able to provide evidence for their conclusion. So we don't want AI to be like evil, like what we see in like the Terminator, right? So we have to build a specific guideline for them in order to use it correctly. Okay, now our main idea of this would be like what makes a leader stand out. So I chose Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and how they redefined modern business by using modern technology and how they are the most influential people in the world with the use of implementing AI and technology into their business strategies. All right, now for some brief history on technology influence. In the past, we have Andrew Carnegie. He came from poverty and he had a really opportunistic mindset, which is why he was going into the steel business too, because he knew that the steel business would be good. So he had around a net worth of 300 billion, which is actually like a lot. I think a bit more than Mark Zuckerberg currently. And money was worth more in the past, so yeah. And we have John Rockefeller. So he had the Standard Oil Company. He was a strategic businessman. He cut down competition, and he had around $400 billion worth to his name, and is widely regarded as the richest person in modern history. I think he is still richer than Elon Musk, which is crazy due to like the inflation of money. But as you can see, these two tycoons, they were like the richest people of their time during the Industrial Revolution, and they could only do that because they capitalized on what was happening around them and what they would knew that wouldn't work in the future. All right, now why is USA a digital superpower? So USA is home to like mega companies like Mega, Google, SpaceX, which control a lot of the economy in the world today. And also they recruit a lot of people from other worlds, other nations, like because they have really prestigious colleges like Harvard, Stanford, MIT, and most importantly, entrepreneurs are welcomed in the country. So USA actually encourages entrepreneurs to start their own businesses and stuff, which is why a lot of people want to come to the USA to start their businesses. And now we have DARPA, which is like the origin of the internet. It was made during the Cold War in the USA, so we have a long history of having the internet in the USA. Alright, now for the rise of Mark Zuckerberg. So a quick background on him was that he's 41 years old. He has $239.9 billion to his name, and he got popular because of Facebook, and now he owns Meta too. So some past controversies were his Cambridge scandal, which Facebook was using Facebook was used to harvest millions of people's data without their information and consent. So if you look on the left, it says that 87 million users' data improperly accessed, which shows that like how dangerous it is actually. So it shows the clear downsides of having digitalized platforms where people can be taken advantage of because it is way easier to like scale like an attack on digital platforms because it's so much more accessible rather than like physical things because like you can access like so much more people because AI is so accessible now. And now we can see that Mark Zuckerberg, he's really tech oriented. He focuses on virtual reality, AI tools for Facebook and Instagram. You can even chat with some AI, anything you want. And he was also making his own AI for his own company too, which is Llama. Now his leadership style, he's really calm and data oriented and methodical too, which is actually vastly different from Elon Musk, and we'll be talking about him right now. So Elon Musk, a little background on him, he's 59 years old. He has $397.1 billion dollars and is popular for his creation of SpaceX, PayPal, and now owning Twitter, which is now known as X. So as you can see, he's also a tech-oriented company. He made his own AI, which is XAI, and Neuralink too, which bridges the gap between technology and biology. So you can see clearly how he uses technology in order to scale his business to a larger degree. Now, for his leadership style, he likes to have rapid innovations, bold experiments, and trial and error. He's really hands on and he likes to experiment a lot, which is like vastly different from Mark Zuckerberg. But as you can see it still works really, really well, even though they have a really different leadership style. Now, for the broader impact on economic society. So, Mark Zuckerberg, thanks to him, we have targeted ads where if you look at one ad, it'll keep appearing on your phone. Like if you search an e-bike on your phone, then you're more likely to see like e-bike ads and stuff. And now he also introduced the scroll culture where we just like keep scrolling on our phones and scrolling our phones and like constantly consume stuff, constantly consume media. He also revolutionized communication too because a lot of the times you just like can use Instagram to talk to people like in a second, which was like unheard of in like 200 years ago. And now for Elon Musk, he's like starting to commercialize spaceflight because he sent around five popular women into space. And yeah, and then after that, he also made electrical cars, which now like cut down on gas and use more electricity. And now he's using Neuralink to help biological illnesses which would could not be cured, but now he now with the help of technology, he's using AI to cure like people's illnesses. Now for the broader impact on society for like majority of the people, there's gonna be less physical jobs, more automation, and basically digitalized nations drive more, while nations that don't have a lot of technology will not be as affected. So now for the good and the bad, automation, which faster process of making products, global availability, which has a wider availability for customers, investor interest. So investors are more interested in global markets, which could make them more money, and startup speed too. So starting businesses is even more accessible than ever. Now for the bad, the world is still in a transitioning period, so there's too much traditional structures that are still left. Slower over the time innovation, which means that innovations need time to make a breakthrough, so we can't just like fast forward. We have to have time to let the innovation still like work. And labor, many people that rely on labor are forced to quit their jobs because they're just getting replaced by AI, and which is also leading to a loss of jobs. Now, for my thematic historical perspective or transformation of technological leaders. So, how it relates to class. So, it relates to the Industrial Revolution that was covered in Unit 6 from the 1800s to 1900s. Then the industrial industries brought forth steam engines, automobiles, industrial factories, and commercialized mass production. But now in the modern age, we're in a similar predicament as instead of oil and steel being the forefront of the market, it's actually the internet now. So with digital marketing and technology like spaceships being created, we can now leave what we were tied to once like a single area, but now we can reach every single part of the world now. And now how it affects the broader society. So the difference between nations create a disparity among developing nations and first world countries. So a lot of traditional jobs disappearing may remove income from a lot of families, which is actually like really, really bad, but it's unfortunate because as the world becomes more digitalized, there's nothing we can do about it. So it only further largens the gap between the poor and the rich, especially in the areas where people don't have 24/7 access to the internet. Now, for some similar traits among all these leaders, they all had a visionary mindset. They all took smart risks. They were all highly, highly motivated, and they were adaptable. They were adaptable to their environment, which would allow them to succeed. And now, a quote I like was that entrepreneurship orientation has three main characteristics: innovation, risk taking, and proactivity. So basically, even though they have really different leadership styles, they all have this like three main traits that like allow them to succeed. So ways technological advancement affect businesses. So we have operation cost, overall money needed, workload, speed, and performance all drastically increase. So technological advancements allow for automation, especially in business heavily reliant on heavy machinery such as Space Force or heavy data like Meta, allowing for streamlining of tasks and greater efficiency. So we can see all these five topics are gonna get increased with the help of modern technology. So why should everyone care about this topic? So for everyday people, because we're in an age of exponential technological growth, it is a prime time to be able to change your societal class. Also, knowing technologies behind all of the exponential growth happening in the modern age, we can now know like what's gonna happen in the future now. It also inspires younger generations to take more interest in like learning about the market and stuff. And furthermore, how it affects everyday people. So the growth of technology is also like it provides access for everyday consumers to break into the world of business and um, get a lot of information that they never knew about. And stuff like ChatGPT and other AI is now widely available for people to learn any particular knowledge they want to learn about. Alright, so now for my conclusion. Overall, understanding these influential and powerful figures help us understand the broader system that is shaping the 21st century. As today the world is built on the foundation of convenience, speed, and comfort of use, those who are able to automate processes and build websites for consumers to easily access information, products, services are the people who will succeed the most. Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are prime examples of people who embody these ideas and put it into real life applications. As we continue to make new innovations and new brilliant minds are recruited into fields of technology, it will not only have implications for the business world but the whole society as well, with all aspects such as societal, economic, and global markets all being influenced by a single driving factor: technology. Thank you for listening.